Hey everybody, this is Kevin with Kevin's Card Collecting, and today we're going to do another home run derby on a Sunday afternoon, and something a little bit different than normal. I've got a box of college cards that apparently has some possible hits in it, so we're going to see how that works out. So let me give it a minute here and see if anybody joins us in the chat, and we can start the home run derby first. We'll get that game out of the way. So I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and see if anybody joins us. Hey there, Isaac. How you doing? I kind of figured maybe a former home run derby champion might join us today. See if you can get a little repeat action. So far, you're the only one in. You just joined up, and Philip's here. Philip, and we got KB Cards joining us. That's cool. Yeah, Philip, I saw you were. I don't know if you're still live. I know you were doing a live stream watching the Patriots game. So I don't know if that's over or what you're doing, but if you want to lurk in the background, that's fine. Steve's with us. Hey there, Steve. How you doing? And Donald Blomdahl's with us. Greetings, Donald. Good to see you. Glad you made it back. I hope you had a relaxing weekend on your retreat. I absolutely enjoyed some of that scenery you had on your video. Philip, you're not my friend today. I'm guessing maybe New England played Isaac's team. I don't know. I'm not watching football this season, so I'm not really up to speed on who's who and how everyone's doing. But Isaac is not friends with Philip. Interesting. I don't even know, guys. Who are they playing? It's New England and who? And I'm going to assume New England's winning or has won. 6-10, Pats up. Yeah, who are they playing? Dallas? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, Jose's with us. Good deal. Good deal. Well, we've already got, my goodness, plenty of guys to play the game. Let me see what I'm showing here. Participants in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 in the chat right now. I'll give it a few moments to see if we can get up to... I kind of like to get an even number. So if we can get up to 10, that'd be great. If not, I may ask... Donald if he wants to bow out, making it an even 5. That way we can evenly divide the teams up for the game. Oh, Alex is with us. Alex from Toronto. Hey Alex, I don't assume you've heard it or seen anything on that package I've sent you yet, have you? It's probably too soon yet. Hey, Jonathan's with us. Good to see you. Super short print cards breaks. Glad to see you in these chats again. It's been a bit. It's been a bit of time. Yeah. When I sent it out, Alex, it actually said December 2nd, estimated arrival, and that seemed kind of long, but I know it's got to pass customs and whatever else it's got to go through. But that's actually the first time I've ever done international shipping, so I hope it works out. Hey, John's Arcade's with us. John's Arcade. So here's what I'm going to go ahead and start doing here. I'm going to start filling in the roster for the Derby. And then I'll kind of explain to you guys what I have planned for today. Today's not going to be a super long video. I don't have a whole lot to do, and I do have other plans this evening. So, but let me go ahead and start plugging in some names here to the game. So we got Alex, RCM, Donald B, Isaac F, John's Arcade, Jose T, KB Cards, Philip, Steve G, and Super Short Prints. I want to put Jonathan. Okay, so ideally, if we could get one more person, that would make an even 10 people. And then we could each get 3 teams per person. So the next person to join in the chat is going to get in there. Yeah, Isaac, either way, it's thanks for taking... Oh, no, it's good. So here's, while we wait for the next person, literally, the next person to get in the chat, I'm going to throw on the roster for the game, and then we're going to go ahead and begin. And I'll explain the rules once I get the roster sorted. So here's what we got planned today. You may have noticed in my title, I called it Home Run Derby and Search for Garvey. So I went to a card show last month, and a guy was selling these boxes of Michigan State Spartans cards, and I have zero interest or knowledge of Michigan State. However, what caught my eye was this box was printed in 1990, but apparently there's a possibility of getting a Magic Johnson, a Steve Garvey, or a Kirk Gibson card. Now, being a Padre fan, I used to root for Steve Garvey when I was a young kid, so I'm a Garvey fan. I've got some Garvey cards here in the background on display. So I'm kind of hoping to get a Steve Garvey card. Now I brought to the attention of the guy that was selling it, I said, look, this box is 1990 Michigan State. I said, Steve Garvey had already retired from the professional level at that point. He said, no, the cards were printed in 1990, but it covers the entire history of Michigan State. So he assured me that there's a possibility of getting these cards. And I suppose the fact that it does show a picture of Magic Johnson on the front, that I guess he's probably telling the truth. So as for us baseball guys, because I really have no interest in the basketball, but for the baseball guys here, Steve Garvey would be a great hit for me. Kirk Gibson wouldn't be a bad one either. So I've not even opened up this box. I don't know anything about it. So if we don't get any of these 3 hits, I'm wagering to bet I won't know any of the names on any of these cards. But it'll be fun nonetheless just to crack it open and do something different. And hey, we got our 10th player. Truth be told's with us. I'm having a great, evening for you, afternoon for me out west. So Truth, you are the 10th person to join in. So I'm going to assume you want to play the Home Run Derby. So I'm going to get you in here on the roster. Truth. Okay, so that makes up 10 players. So let me show you guys what we're going to do here. We'll set Michigan aside for now. We'll come back to that box. So, for today's game, we're going to be using a 2018 Series 1 jumbo pack that I picked up at Walmart on clearance. So let me bring the camera up to where you can see the screen. So here's the 10 participants that I got so far. We got Alex, Donald, Isaac F, John's Arcade, Jose T, KB Cards, Philip, Steve G, Jonathan, and Truth. And let's see. Oh, What Truth is with us. Hey, What Truth, real quick, do you want to join in on this game? Do you want me to put you on the roster? What Truth? It's free to play, doesn't cost anything. Real quick, What Truth, give me a yes or no on if you want to play. And I'll go over the rules here in a minute, which most of you already know the rules. Okay, sure. Okay, I'm going to make a decision against Donald. Donald, don't take this the wrong way, Donald, but I'm removing you from the chat. But Donald and I have already discussed this, and we have an agreement. So I don't think Donald would mind. So there, I removed Donald, and I replaced it with What Truth. So that makes 10 participants. And yeah, I got you, Donald. I replaced you with What Truth. So now I've got the 10 names. So I'm going to copy you guys, and I'm going to go to my random organizer. I'm going to be off chat here for a minute, guys, so just bear with me while I run you guys through this. Okay, so I'm going to put the 10 names in the random organizer, and I'm going to randomize 7 times. So I'll go ahead and do that here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste these 10 names. Back into the spreadsheet. And let me go to the game board here. And I'll zoom in so you guys can see. So I'm going to paste your names up here next to the adjacent teams 3 times, because there's 10 players, 30 teams. That's 3 teams per player. So I'm going to paste it once. Twice. And 3 times. So let me get zoomed in here for you guys so you can see who your teams are. So go ahead and take a look here and see who's got who. Each of you will have 3 teams. Here, I'll scan back up one more time so you guys can see who you got. Okay. And that'll be kind of off to the side. You'll be able to see, if you look closely, who's got who. Okay, so let me go over the rules real quick. Let me bring the chat back up where I can see what's being said. Okay, so here's how the rules go. If you don't know or you haven't played before, what we do is we open up one single pack of cards. In this case, it's going to be this 2018 Series 1 pack. And I go through each card, and I turn it over, and on the statistics on the back, I find their total career home runs. And whatever team that player's on, I will add that number to that team's player box. And then if there's multiple players from the same team, I'll just add it to the next column, next column, next column. And the total is going to be over here in this column, totaling up all the home runs. Now there's a few exceptions to the rule. We're going to do the base cards only. So if we get an insert card or a special team card or anything out of the ordinary, that card will not count towards stats, because there really are no stats to pull from on the back. Last week we tried a new rule when it comes to rookie cards. If we pull a rookie card, we are going to take his career home runs, be it if they show college stats or minor league stats. We will pull those, because we were getting a lot of rookie cards in the past, and a lot of the rookies are very good players, but they were unusable for the purposes of the game. So we've kind of modified the rules a little bit to accommodate the rookie cards. So I hope that makes sense to you. And let me just give a quick shout out. I've got a list here. This will be our 7th game playing, and our reigning champion from last week, who's not here with us today, is Night Lord. The week before that was Isaac Flores, who is with us and is in the game. Then we had Fitzy123. Before that, Mountain Gorilla was the winner. Before that, it was Kevin Kirk. And our first ever winner, which goes back a month and a half ago, was Grant Nicklin. He was our inaugural winner of the Home Run Derby. So hopefully, and I'm not rooting against any former winners, but I'd love to see a new winner out here today. Honestly, I think Isaac Flores might be the only returning champion that's on the roster. So I'm not rooting against you, Isaac. I hope everybody has fun with it no matter what and whoever wins. So that being said, I got the rules pretty much explained. Let me back this up just a tad so there's room for me to open the cards. I hope you all can see everything there. Alright, so let's just get right on into it. We got Dearman's in here. Okay, NASCAR, can I join? Yeah, NASCAR, if you're in the chat, you got to be in the chat to win. So and like I said last week, you got to be one of the first ones in on the chat, unfortunately. So here's the cards we're going to play with. And, oh, the other, I did forget one other rule. Pitchers cards, we don't use pitchers for two reasons. One, I've yet to see a pitcher statistic card that shows home runs. And two, even if they did have home runs, the numbers would be so low, they would be inconsequential to the game. Because we do get players with tens and sometimes even hundreds of home runs. So a pitcher card with maybe 2 home runs isn't going to mean anything anyway. So no pitchers and no special insert cards. Those are pretty much the only exceptions to the rule. So we'll go ahead and get started in here. And bear with me because after each card pull, I do need to type in the numbers. So let me get my keyboard in a place where I can reach it. Okay. All right, so here we go. First card up is a Philadelphia Philly, Cesar Hernandez. He's a second baseman. And his total home runs is 17. So we got 17 to the Phillies. That's Alex RCM. Gets 17 to the Phillies. Here's a pitcher, Raisel Iglesias for the Reds. So he doesn't count. Hunter Renfroe for the Padres. It's a nice card. Let's see what he does as far as home runs. 30 home runs to the Padres. 30 home runs. That goes to John's Arcade. Okay, then we got a pitcher, Mike Clevenger for the Indians. So that one doesn't count. And see what I mean? When you look at a pitcher's card, they don't even have a home run column. So, and I've yet to see a pitcher with the home run column, so that's why we don't count them in the home run derby. We've got another pitcher here, Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals. And then we got a Detroit Tigers, Jose Iglesias, shortstop. So let's see, the Tigers are going to get 16 home runs, 16 to the Tigers. That goes to Phillip. 16 to Phillip and the Tigers. Then we've got an Evan Longoria, back when he was on the Rays. Third base, so he pulls in 261 homers, guys. The Rays get 261. The Rays, shout out to Jose Tavares. He is most definitely in the lead with 261. Then we've got a Mike Marisnick of the Astros. Mike Marisnick, he pulls in 34 homers, so 34 to the Astros. That's also Jose. Looks like Jose's on a winning streak here. That 261's a pretty strong number. That may be enough, but I've seen guys get over 300 as well, so we'll see if it lasts. Here we've got Sin-Soo Choo for the Rangers, and Sin-Soo Choo pulled in 168 homers. Nothing wrong with that, so Rangers get 168. Rangers go to KB Cards. All right, then we've got a New York Yankee, Miguel Andujar. So Andujar for the Yankees pulls in 51 homers, 51 to the Yankees. And guys, I need to take a timeout here real quick and back up and show you. I totally forgot what the winners get. But you see here on the desk, I've got a pack of 88 Tops and a pack of 88 Donruss. the winner of this game will get those cards sent to them free of charge, just as a thank you for participating and joining in on the game. So, yeah, the winner gets those 2 packs of 1988 cards. So, back to the game. We've got a Brian Anderson for the Marlins, and that's a rookie card. So we're going to see his total years, 4 years, and he pulled in 52 homers. So 52 to the Marlins. That goes to What Truth? Then we've got a pitcher for the Brewers, Brandon Woodruff. Unfortunately, he doesn't help the Brewers out any. Then we've got Clint Frazier for the Yankees, rookie. So we'll see what he pulled in here. He's got 62 homers. Not a bad number for a rookie card. 62 to the Yankees. That gets the Yankees Isaac F. into triple digits, because he already had 51 with the Yankees. Now he's up to a total of 113. Let me check the chat here real quick. Kate Ava's with us. Hey there, Kate. How you doing? Kate, I haven't seen your dad in here. I wonder what he's up to today. And Night Lord just stopped by. Night Lord, he's our reigning champion. Too bad you missed out on today's game, Night Lord. I took the first 10 that jumped in here on the live stream. But yeah, Night Lord is our reigning champion. So here we got a Future Stars card for Yoan Moncada for the White Sox. And we'll see what Mr. Moncada pulls in. He did, wow, a whopping 8 homers. 8 homers to the White Sox. Not a stellar number. But it's better than 0. Okay, then we've got a League Leaders card. We've got a Chris Davis for the Athletics. And that's a team, yeah, that's a League Leaders home run card. So that doesn't help us out. Sorry, guys, that's not a career total home run card. Here's another, probably an insert card. Yeah, this is like a Mother's Day card. We got a Hunter Renfroe for the Padres. Yep, that's just a special insert card there. Oh yeah, we're right in the middle of the pack, so that's where you're going to get all the inserts. We've got a Minnesota Twins, Miguel Sano. Insert card. Hey, this is a nice card. We've got Legends in the Making, Jose Altuve card. Shout out to Hats McGee, the obsessed Astros fan. That's a very nice card there. Yep. And then here are the Chris Bryant insert cards. Chris Bryant and, oh, I guess, I think there's 2 Bryant. Maybe there's only 1 in this pack. Chris Bryant, that's just a special insert card. Then we've got another Legends in the Making, Yoan Moncada, which actually we just pulled his card and got the 8 home runs for the White Sox off of him. Special insert. Then we've got this home run. Interestingly enough, we're playing the home run derby. Here's a home run challenge card. Of course, that doesn't do much for us here. Okay, so now we got back to the regular cards. We got Rich Hill. He's a pitcher, and he's with the Dodgers. No benefit there. Wilmer Flores for the Mets. Now he's a current Diamondback. So I hope he has a lot of hits here. Let's see what he's got. Wilmer Flores for the Mets has a total of 57. So 57 homers to the Mets. That gets Steve G on the board with 57. KB's asking, am I on to play? Yeah, KB, you're in the game. Let me see, KB, you're probably, let's see, I think, yeah, you're in second place, KB, with the Rangers at 168. So you are definitely in the game. And if you pull another good Rangers card, you could take the lead. So you're not out of it. Okay, we got Odubel Herrera for the Phillies. Odubel Herrera pulls in 37 home runs. So 37 more to the Phillies. Okay, then we've got a Seattle Mariners team card. So, of course, no stats to pull from there. We've got an Angels team card. Again, nothing to pull from there. Wow, look at this. 3 team cards in a row. We've got a Colorado Rockies team card. 4 team cards in a row. This is a little insane. Miami Marlins team card. Then we've got a pitcher, Michael Wacha. Pitchers don't contribute to the home run derby. Another pitcher. I don't want to call them dud cards, but for the sake of the game, we're not getting a whole lot of cards that are useful. Michael Fulmer for the Tigers, pitcher. Okay, here we have another Rays, so this is going to increase Jose's lead. Jose gets another 90 home runs to the Rays. My goodness, he already had 261. So Jose is now up to 351 with the Rays. He's kind of pulling away. It's going to be a long shot, I think, for someone to catch up to him, but you never know. You never know. Rangers are still in it. Josh Reddick of the Astros. Josh Reddick pulled in 109. That's a good number, so 109 to the Astros. Again, that's Jose's team. Jose timed this game just right as far as coming into the chat. All right, so our next card is an Andrew Kashner pitcher's card for the Rangers. Here we got a Royals card, our first Royals card of the night. Yeah, What Truth is calling it. I'm curious if anybody, you guys, wanted to start your concession speeches now. It seems like it's a runaway. Cheslor Cuthbert for the Royals. Pulls in 15, so 15 to the Royals. And that's going to be Truth. Well, Jose, you're already starting to get some congratulations there, buddy. Here we have Jose Bautista for the Blue Jays. Oh, wow, look at that. Blue Jays got 331 from Jose Bautista. Blue Jays, 331. That's What Truth. You are 20 shy of Jose there, What Truth. That's close, What Truth. If you had one more Blue Jay, you would have had him. Then we got a pitcher, Carlos Rodon for the White Sox. And our last card is a Pirate, Starling Marte for the Pirates. And Starling Marte pulled in 65 home runs. 65 to the Pirates. So our winner, and not by much, guys. Actually, I thought it was going to be a lot larger gap. But Jose pulled out the win. Jose pulled out the win with 351 home runs to the Tampa Bay Rays. So congratulations, Jose. You have these cards coming to you. You've got this pack of 88 tops with the bubble gum. I'll let you decide what to do with that. Let me get the camera set back in position. So you got the 88 tops and you got the 88 Donruss coming to you. So I will get those to you very shortly. And when I say very shortly, I mean shortly. I'll get those right out to you. So I hope you guys had fun with it. Again, it's fun. It's free. So there's no purchase necessary. There's no knowledge involved. It's not a trivia game or anything. But it's just a fun way to get the participation going in the chat. So let me set these up here. Those are Jose's cards. We'll see. Maybe he'll share with us next week what he pulled out of it. So that being said, we're 30 minutes in, and I don't have a whole lot to do today on the stream other than I want to find a Steve Garvey college card. I have no idea what these cards look like, although I guess I kind of do based on the cover here. But this is a box of Michigan State Spartans that I got at a card show a month ago. And the guy wanted $5 for it, and I said, well, it'll be fun to try to pull a Steve Garvey or maybe even a Kirk Gibson. But I'm a Steve Garvey fan because I'm a Padre fan. And I do have a little bit of a Steve Garvey collection here in the background. So maybe those cards will root on a good card here, pull. So let me catch up real quick. Jose said that was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Especially if you win. It's extra fun. Steve likes it. That's good. I'm glad you like it, Steve. 25 Perez is here. Hey there, how you doing? Donald says, cool, awesome, fun. Congrats to the winner. So, Donald, yeah, congratulations from you to Jose. That's awesome. I missed Jonathan's there in the middle. Super Short Print Cards Break says, all of mine were insert. LOL, still fun. Oh, man, sorry, Jonathan. Yeah, that's, what do they say? That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, it's a fun game, and it's fun for me to share the cards with you guys and get a little more interaction with you guys. So that's fun. So I'm going to break open this pack here of Michigan State cards. And again, I have no idea what to expect other than I'm hoping to find a Steve Garvey card. Because I remember the guy asking me at the card show, who are your teams? I said, well, the Diamondbacks and the Padres. He said, oh, you're a Padres fan? Oh, I said, yeah. He said, well, why don't you buy this box of Michigan State Spartans cards from me? And, of course, I'm sure you can imagine my reaction. Why on earth would I want to buy a box of Michigan cards if I live in the desert Southwest and I root for the Padres? But then once he explained to me the Steve Garvey situation, well, okay. Jose's hoping for Kirk Gibson. Okay, well, different strokes for different folks. So, let's see. The package looks like this. I'll show you guys what the individual pack looks like. First edition, it says there's 8 cards per pack. And nowhere on here does it show the year that it was made. No, I don't see 1990. The only reason I'm calling it 1990 is because that's what the guy at the card show put on the box. He typed up a little tab here and it says 1990 on it. So I'm just gonna have to take his word for it. So let's start ripping. I got a lot of boxes or a lot of packs here. Let's see. Well, let me count how many packs per stack. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 cards per stack, and there's 3 stacks, so that makes 36. So 36 packs. So I better start ripping and gripping, or gripping and ripping, as they say. Bernie Mabe is here. Good Sunday evening, Kevin's Card Collecting, and hit thumbs up and share, please. Well, thank you, Benny. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm glad you could join us. And yeah, that's a good reminder. If everybody could just hit the thumbs up for me, I'd appreciate it. We've got 12 watching, and I only see 9 thumbs up currently. So if we could get that number bumped up. Okay, it just jumped up to 10. That's good. And if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And in addition to subscribing, if you could, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every time I go live or upload a new video. And I do upload a daily video every morning. So I encourage you guys to jump on board and watch those early morning videos. They're only a few minutes long, but it'll get your day started off right. And that's all I'm going to say about that, but I hope you give it a try. Donald is saying basketball. Oh, Magic Johnson would be awesome. Yeah, he would be. And again, guys, I'm not going to know any of these players except those 3 that were listed on the front. Okay, it comes with a little card here. A little coupon if you want to, I don't know, buy more cards. Oh, there's all the different universities. Clemson, Arizona, Arizona State, LSU, North Carolina, Michigan, Michigan State, and Notre Dame. And this coupon is good through March of 1991. So I think we're past due on that coupon. Okay. Benny is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I've been to Winston-Salem, just outside of Charlotte there. I've been there. It's probably been 5 or 6 years now. But beautiful country. I love that part of the country. So, all right, so let's get going here. Again, I don't know any of these names. If you guys know any of these names and have any interest in any of these cards, let me know in the chat. If I miss the chat, shoot me an email, and because these cards aren't going to mean anything to me. So if you guys want anything, just let me know. We can discuss. I think I missed something. Truth says there are 2 Steve Garveys in this set. One is in his football uniform. Really, I didn't even know he played football. So that'd be cool if we could get a kind of a dual Garvey set here. So we've got a Dick Holmes, William Kilgore, Scott Skiles, John Bennington, maybe a coach, Bill Simpson, Dave Berman, Don Coleman, and Lynn Chandois. That's an old card. Yeah, he played back in the 40s. My goodness. All right. So nothing there. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to grab something real quick. This wouldn't be complete without my trusty bell. So I'll ring the bell if we get a Garvey or a Gibson, or I guess a Magic Johnson too. Benny says, okay, my daughter lives close to Charlotte. Okay. Yep. I feel bad because I traveled all the way to Winston-Salem. I was living up in Virginia at the time, and I drove all the way down there, and I did not make it to this into Charlotte because I'm a NASCAR fan, and I would have enjoyed going to the Hall of Fame and the museum, but I missed out. Okay, so we got Ron Charles, Carlton Valentine, Sam Vincent, Dan McFall, Morton Anderson, John S. Pingle, Eugene Washington, and Ed Buddy. And I encourage you guys too to visit each other's channels. Go to each other's channels, hit them up, jump on their channel, give them a subscription, help them out. And especially if you're one that's trying to grow your channel, one thing I always preach on here is you grow by helping others grow. We need to support one another, and you reap what you sow. So help each other out there. Ron Mason, Kelly Miller, Cap Miller. Wonder if they're related, both on the hockey team. Michael Robinson, Ronald Saul, Mark Brammer, George Perlis, and a Spartans All-American football team card. I guess I'm gonna have 36 of these coupons by the time the day is over. Hey, Troy's here with us. Welcome. Glad you could make it, Troy. Troy, just to give you a quick background, what we're doing is I'm opening up a box of Michigan State Spartans cards. I have no interest in Michigan State, but I'm hoping to pull the Steve Garvey college card. So that's kind of my goal here. Rudy Benjamin, Matthew H., Scott Skiles, Kirk Mans, Everett Sonny Grandulis, Steve Jade, Gerald Planudis, and Dick Tamburo. Yeah, it's a little something different, Troy. I've never opened up college cards before. And I don't know any of these players from Adam. So I'm hoping to get a Garvey just because it's someone I know and used to root for. Anyone step up for the others yet? I'm not sure what that reference is to there. Hey, Elkanon. Glad you could join us. We're looking for Steve Garvey's college card in a box of Michigan State cards. Kevin Smith, Bob Asenza, Mike Donnelly, Joe Murphy, Ellis Duckett, Sidney P. Wagner, Lorenzo White, and Clinton Jones. Bobby Reynolds. There we go. We got one. We got a Magic Johnson. I did not expect that. In fact, I'll be honest with you, that's a different Magic Johnson than what's on the cover of the box there. So apparently there's different variations of these cards. So we did get a hit. How about that? I don't collect basketball, but Magic Johnson's Magic Johnson. So we'll set him aside. So that tells me that there are variation cards. So we could maybe get multiple Magic Johnsons with different photographs. And also, let me show you guys the back of the cards real quick. So there's the Magic Johnson card, and that's what the back looks like. So Gregory Kelser. Hey, look at that. 2 cards later. Magic Johnson variation, another card. And there's a Kirk Gibson in football. Look at that, guys. Kirk Gibson in a football uniform. So there's 2 hits back to back. So there's definitely variation cards for these same players. I didn't know Kirk played football either. But there's proof he did. There's Kirk. Now what's interesting is I did quickly notice the numbers on the Johnson cards. The card numbers are very close to each other. So I'm going to guess if there's 131 and 133, there's probably a 132 card out there as well that has his name on it. So we'll keep our eyes open for maybe a third Johnson card. Well, I'm getting everybody but the one I wanted, which was Garvey. But there's still plenty of cards left. We got Tom Jokic, Williams and Doherty, and Jerry West. Why does that name sound familiar? Jerry West does sound familiar. Jerry West. That sounds like a manager or like a team owner. Does that ring a bell to you guys? Jerry West as an owner? Okay, Pete Gent, Robert Chapman, Johnny Green, Jim Watt, Norman Masters, Percy Snow, Charles Bubba Smith, and Harlan Barnett. Hats McGee is with us. Hey there, Hats. And Chattown's with us as well. Welcome, guys. Glad you could make it. So, in case you didn't quite understand the title of this video, I'm opening up a box of Michigan State University cards, searching for Steve Garvey. We've already got a couple of Magic Johnsons and a Kirk Gibson in a football uniform, but nothing on Garvey yet. Mike Davidson, Craig Simpson, Ron Scott, Jay Vincent, James Burrows, Dan Curry, Clarence Biggie Munn, and Robert W. Bob Carey. Hey, Hats, I saw your latest video there, your 2020 predictions. And that's, as always, Hats, you're very entertaining, and I really enjoyed that. I would have appreciated you placing the D-backs a little bit higher on your selection there, but, you know, you're being honest. I appreciate that. Jose says, for the Lakers. Oh, Jerry West? Is that where I've heard that? Jose? That does sound familiar. Mike Brickovich, Marcus Sanders, Bill Rapchak, Kevin Willis, Dick Idzkowski, Percy Snow, Doug Roberts, and Edward Erickson. That's an old baseball card there. Oh, he was the executive director of the LPGA back in the 60s and 70s. Interesting. I'll probably go back through these cards and read up about what kind of career these guys made for themselves. Yeah. You want to see the Jerry West card there, Troy? Give me 1 second. So he's playing football there. And here's the back of it. So Jerry West. So you guys are saying he's with the Lakers? Okay. That's on Amazon. So that's almost the cost of this box because I paid $5 for the whole box. So it wouldn't take. Well, I would tell you, I'm wagering to bet those Johnson cards plus this Jerry West would pay for the box. I don't typically. Thank you, by the way, Troy, because otherwise I wouldn't have sleeved it up. But I'll go ahead and sleeve it. But I don't look at the monetary value of cards. To me, it's not worth it. I just enjoy them for the fun and excitement of collecting. But that's interesting. A semi-hit. Yeah, that's a good name for it. What did Hat say? D-backs will win the NL West in 2021. Okay. I'll give you that. Thank you, Hats. I appreciate that. That makes me feel a little bit better. So, alrighty. Getting back at, truth be told, you agree with me? Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of guys do. A lot of guys that grew up collecting cards back when we thought there was monetary value, and then the bottom fell out from underneath the market. We learned just enjoy them for what they are. There's the monetary side of it's kind of a disappointing ending. Yeah. That's a good point, Troy. Yeah, the card popularity is based on the price people are willing to pay for it. You're right. Okay, we've got a Lindsey Hairston, Bob Boyd, Robert Clancy, Doug Volmar, Kirk Gibson. There we go. There's a second Gibson in baseball. Ring that bell. Kirk Gibson in a baseball uniform. So that makes 2 Kirk Gibsons now. 1 football, 1 baseball. And just to verify, let me make sure all the stats equal up. It's the same guy. Yep, same high school, same height, same weight, same hometown. That's him. Oh, Chat Town, I'm sorry to hear about your arm. Your arm's bothering you. Oh, that's tough. Sorry about that, buddy. Let me make a note of that. Chat Town, if it's okay, I'm going to pray for you. I always keep a prayer list next to me. I'll jot that down to pray for your arm. That's tough. No fun there. Parker Car Brakes. Hey, buddy. Glad you're here. You have an MRA on Tuesday? Okay. Good deal. Well, I hope and pray that everything goes well in the MRI. I'll be thinking about you. Don Zippy Thompson here. Frank E. Pellerin and Cordell Ross. So we're almost through with our first stack. Could you pray for my Astros? I will. I will pray for the entire Astros organization. They are in a mess. So, but I mean, justice must be done. We all know that. I'm not going to pray that they get away with something they shouldn't, but I'll pray that they have the strength to get through what they got to get through with. All right, so we got Ron Peronoski for Michigan State, Stan Washington, Gregory Kelser, Lee Lafayette, John Chandick, George Smith, Eric Allen. Oh, okay, this is like a semi-hit. Oh, no, double hit. That's Gibson and Garvey on one card. I didn't even know that was a possibility, guys. Look at that. Kirk Gibson and Steve Garvey on one card. Come on, somebody throw a boom up there on this chat. That's awesome. That's like a double hit on one card. That is awesome cool. Yeah, absolutely, Troy. I was looking for a Gibson or a Garvey. I had no idea I'd find a double. That is too cool. And it even mentions, yeah, both Steve Garvey and Kirk Gibson played baseball and football at Michigan State. That is too cool. All right. Just because it's a Garvey card, I am going to top load that one because I'm going to take care of my Garvey stuff. And Kirk's there just for extra measure. So there, add that to the Garvey side of things. And that was the last card in that pack, too. Thank you, guys. I did get some booms. There you go. And Donald's ringing that bell. I appreciate that. All right. Lance Olson. Albert R. Ferrari. Vernon Carr. There it is, guys. There it is. There's the Garvey standalone baseball card. This is turning out to be quite a pack. Or I should say box. I've got no duplicates, but just in the first stack alone, I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 hits. So there we go. He's going to get his own standalone place there. Steve Preston, Tim Ross, Joseph De La Mielior. Okay, I got to work on that one. De La Mielior. De La Mielior. Wow. And Amo Besson. Amo Besson. So that's the first stack of cards. And we pulled some really, really good hits out of there. I guess now I'd say we're going to be looking for a Garvey football card. That'll be next on the list. All right, there's a checklist. Really interesting checklist. Oh, you know what? Remember I was mentioning earlier there's probably a third Johnson card. So 131 Magic Johnson, 133 Magic Johnson, but 132 is not a Magic Johnson. So there goes my theory out the window. But I thought it was a good theory. We got Terry Donnelly. Really another... Was it the same one? Yeah, the exact same... my first duplicate, and it's a checklist of all things. Oh, and look, so, oh, that's interesting. 2 duplicate checklists, and a second Terry Donnelly. So the first 4 cards are basically 2 pairs. Andre Rison. There we go. Another variation of Kirk Gibson in football. Rison's a hit, Troy. Okay, I'll sleeve him up. See, that's why I appreciate you guys being on here to help me out. I don't know these names from Adam, so. Ken's Cardboard, you can never have enough checklists. That's true, because you can never have enough bicycle tires that needs cards stuck in the spokes, so they are good for something. I'm just kidding. Actually, I wasn't one of those kids who did that. My friends would do that with their cards, but I respected my cards too much to do that, even the base cards. All right, Weldon Olson and a Phil Fulton. So what's the story with Rison, Troy? What's his claim to fame? You actually marked your checklist, Ken? I don't think I ever did. I might have once or twice, but to me it just wasn't worth the effort. All right, we got Sam Vincent, Rod Brindamour, Don McSween, Tom Smith, Billy Joe Dupree, Walt Kowalczyk, George Sames, and Ray Stakowicz. Rison was a great football player for the Falcons. Okay. Good to know. Did not know that. Yeah, I don't follow football very much. Hey, there we go. That's a different variation. That's a different card number. That's our third Magic Johnson pull, guys. And it's a third variation version of it. Ring the bell for Johnson. So yeah, let me pull my Johnson cards out here. So look at that. All three different photos. And what's interesting, I didn't even realize that he was nicknamed Magic back in college. I would have assumed that was a professional nickname, but even back in college, he had that nickname. That's very interesting. Or maybe not, maybe because this box was printed up in 1990. So maybe they just called him what we know of him as now, Magic Johnson. That might be a possibility. Oh my goodness, Troy gave all the stats there. Super Bowl champion. Wow, okay, 5 times Pro Bowl, first team All-Pro, 3 times second team All-Pro, NFL touchdown co-leader. Really? Wow. Okay. Wow, and I've never even heard of him. Interesting. Thanks for that, Troy. Appreciate it. Horace Walker, Jay Vincent, Gus Ganakis, obviously a coach, Terry Manderick. That name sounds Tony Manderick. That name sounds familiar. Let me know if it's worth sleeving up. George Webster, Ron Pruitt, and Lorenzo White. Still looking for a Garvey football card, even though I don't care for football. I would kind of like to get the complete Garvey set. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Forrest 40 Anderson. Ken saying Tony Mandrick. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Is he worth setting aside for anything? He flamed out in the NFL? Okay. So he did make it to the pros, but didn't produce much, huh? Okay. Oh, here I'm looking at the chat, and I'm missing a 4th variation of Magic Johnson. My word, how many cards did they make of this guy? So that's our 4th variation on Magic Johnson. Oh, sorry. Got to get the bell rung. This is turning into a Magic Johnson show. He was the #1 draft pick. Okay, so he was promising early on, huh? But just didn't. He flamed out. It's too bad. Julius McCoy, Mitch Messier. I'm from Arizona, guys. I know as much about hockey as the man on the moon does, but that name sounds familiar, Messier. Any hockey fans out there that can verify he became something? Messier? I'm not sure. I'm going to set him aside. I'm thinking he might have turned into something big. Steven's with us. Oh, Mark Messier, so I remember. Okay. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate that. Yeah, the name Messier rung a bell, but Mitch didn't quite ring. But Mark does have a ring to it. Cool, thank you. All right, we got Mel Benny, Joe Sellinger, Carl Banks, and Percy Snow. Sorry, I didn't have those cards very well centered for you. He might be related, I don't know. Let me see if it says anything about a brother. No. He's from Saskatchewan, Canada. But so are a lot of other hockey players. Oh my word. Look, guys. The back card. It's going to be another Kirk Gibson. So I'll get ready to ring that bell here in a sec. Are you kidding me? A 5th variation of Magic Johnson. Wow. That is hilarious. 5. Yeah, I don't think I pulled this one yet. I'm going to verify. This might be the 5th variation of Magic Johnson. Yeah, no, that's 5 totally different images on these cards. My word. And I already told you, we've got a Gibson coming up here in a second. Mitch is the cousin of Mark Messier. Okay. That makes sense. Cool thing. Oh, and Steve said cousins as well. So thank you, guys. And he was and is a star. Are you talking about another Gibby? Gibby, Gibby? Did I say the name Gibby? Is that a nickname for somebody? I don't know Gibby. There, I'm showing my ignorance again. I don't know Gibby. We got a Frank Cush, Larry Ike, Larry Hedden, Ronald Curl. Another checklist. That makes 3 checklists. Ralph Mojsiejenko. Wow. Okay. And there's a Kirk Gibson. So he's another football card here for Kirk. So it seems like Kirk and Steve were the team studs for the same time frame there, because they were both playing football and baseball simultaneously. So that is pretty cool. So that is a different variation of Kirk Gibson. So that makes 3 Kirk Gibson cards. Oh, Gibson is Gibby. Yeah, that makes sense, Troy. I'm sorry. I should have known Gibson. I just wasn't thinking. Where did I live in Arizona? I was born and raised in Yuma. Look, guys, another Johnson. Born and raised down in Yuma, and then I went to college in Tucson, and I spent some time living south of Tucson as well. So, the Yuma and Tucson area. I still have a lot of family in Arizona, in the Phoenix area, and still down in Yuma. Is that a different one? I don't think I've got that Johnson card either. Nope, so that makes our 6th variation of Magic Johnson. 6 cards dedicated to one man. Wow. Yeah, Magic's definitely the big star here. They put a lot of attention to him, obviously, with 6 different cards. Chet Abucon, Ben Val Alstein. He's the head basketball coach. Kevin Willis, Craig Simpson, another Andre Rison, guys, another Rison card. Norm Barnes and Kevin Dawson. So, little ring there to Super Bowl champion Andre Rison. So, 2nd variation card for him. Ken, do you live in Arizona currently? Judd Heathcote. Mike Eddington. There we go. A different Steve Garvey baseball card. I like that one, posing with the bat. Oh, hold on. This isn't turning into nothing but hits, really. I mean, Obviously, not as many hits as common cards, but a ton of hits. A ton of hits. I was really hoping to get maybe one Steve Garvey card in the whole box, and I had no idea I'd get this many hits throughout. You live in Colorado, but you're going to Phoenix tomorrow to hang out with family for Thanksgiving. Well, that's cool. That is too cool. Yeah, Phoenix is huge, though. There's so many little towns that comprise the Phoenix metro area. But you're definitely going to a warmer climate, that's for sure. Yeah, you're probably in snow right now, but you won't be in snow tomorrow. Brad Lamont, Morton Anderson, Dupree, Van Pelt, and Doherty, Blake Miller, and James Ellis. So Ken, I pray and hope that you have safe travels tomorrow. Tomorrow's a better day to drive than Wednesday. They say Wednesday is going to be the worst day for travel. So I'm glad you're doing it early. Going to Gilbert. Okay. Gilbert. Been there many, many times. Dan Mesteller. Ted Williams. Okay, obviously not the Ted Williams that we all think of, guys. Initially I was like, woo! But no. Not the Ted Williams that we'd like to see. Forrest 40 Anderson. Terry Furlow. Bob Kula. Earl Latimer. Carl Buck Nystrom. Ed Bagden. Oh, that's it. Oh, you're flying down. Okay. I don't know why I assumed you're driving. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe because Colorado is just right next to Arizona. Yeah, I hope you don't encounter too much traffic up in the air. That would be bad. Bumper to bumper air traffic is not good. And Troy lived in Glendale. Yeah, I remember that, Troy. You were telling me. Back in the day, D-backs. Good old D-backs. Ralph Simpson. Derek Perry. Daryl Johnson. Scott McCarowicks. Ron Gouvert. Greg Montgomery. Alan Brenner. And Larry Fowler. In fact, Troy, here in a second, when we finish this stack, I'd like to show you my baseball in the case next to my bat. I think you'll get a kick out of seeing it. Al Weston, Richard Very, Gay Cooley, Kevin Willis, Ray Stakowitz, Dorn Dibble, Lorenzo White, and Harold Lucas. Turning out to be a good box for not being a Spartan fan. I know, isn't that right, Jose? I agree with you. I know nothing about this school or this team, but I'm kind of enjoying this, actually. What's Donald saying? Sorry, heading out to church early, choir practice. Okay, I'll take care. All right, Donald, you have a wonderful evening, and enjoy your church service. I'm going to be heading out here in less than an hour myself, so I'm going to wrap up this box and then call it a night because I got to get running to church too. And we're not doing choir tonight, but we do have our fellowship dinner following the service, so we're going to have to get the food prepared and everything. So, alrighty, Donald, I'll catch up with you later. Larry Pollock, Pete Newell, Dave Foss, Judd Heathcote. That name, I pulled that name earlier. Interesting. Danny Litweiler, Earl Morale, Robert Apiza, and Eric Allen. And one more pack for this stack. Still looking for that Garvey football card. Ken Redfield, Brian Walcott, Robert Ellis, Stephen Culp, Sherman Lewis, another Andre Rison, followed by a Brad Van Pelt and a Leroy Bolden. So that makes our, third Rison card, I think. Oh. Yeah, sorry, got to give him his due. All right, so that wraps up the second stack. And one final stack to go. These wrappers are kind of like that rubbery plastic like score packs have, the old 1990s scores. It's kind of got, it's not as crisp to tear and easy to tear. Hey Frank, how you doing, bud? Glad you could join us. Just to let you know, we're ripping open a box of 1990 Michigan State University cards in search of Steve Garvey, Kirk Gibson, and Magic Johnson. And we've been lucky enough, we've already pulled a couple Garvey baseballs. We pulled a dual, little Kirk Gibson and Garvey together on the same card. As well as, I lost count, was it 6 Magic Johnsons or 7? Something like that. All different variation cards. Sam Vincent, Dan McFall, Ron Mason, Kelly Miller, Morton Anderson, John S. Pingle, Eugene Washington, and Ed Buddy. I'm sore from head to toe. My wife had me on holiday decoration lockdown today. Oh man, poor Frank. That can be brutal. That can be tough. As we get older, man, climbing that ladder and hanging those lights, and what gets me nowadays is putting the star on top of the tree. Every time I do that now, I just know I'm going to go into the tree and topple the tree over. Oh, Troy's got me looking for somebody. Go back to Anderson. Anderson. Morton Anderson. This guy? What's the story? I like to hear the background on these guys. What's the story of Mr. Anderson here? Kicker for New Orleans. Okay. How do you guys know all this stuff? Sports knowledge is, people who know their stuff is just, it blows my mind. It's awesome. I wish I had that. I could retain that type of stuff. But my memory is not what it used to be. Kip Miller, Michael Robinson, Rudy Benjamin, Matthew H., Ronald Saul, Mark Brammer, George Perlis. I think we pulled that card earlier. And the Spartans All-American card. Yep, I remember that one too. Hung the lights outside today. Survived the ladder. Wow. Yep. Wife does the tree, I do the outside. You know, actually, Frank, I would much rather do the outside. The tree becomes so tedious. I get to like, I just start throwing I throw all the ornaments on one side at the end. I don't care anymore. I shouldn't have that attitude, but it does get aggravating. NZ Breaks is with us. Hey there, NZ. How's it going? Glad you could join us. Okay. We've got a Scott Skiles, Kirk Mans, Kevin Smith, Bob Asensa, Everett Sonny Grandilis, Steve Jude, Gerald Planutis. Did I just pull that a Planutis a second ago? Maybe not, but that does sound familiar. Not a common name. Anyway, and then a Dick Tamburo. Jose says he was a great left-footed kicker. Okay. Wow, even Jose knows all this stuff. Oh, I don't know what I was doing in life while you guys were studying your sports stats. I was out doing something different, apparently. I missed out. Mike Donnelly, Joe Murphy, Bobby Reynolds. There we go. Now that variation card, I'm pretty sure we've already got. That image looks very familiar. Let me go through it real quick. So here's what I just pulled. He's dribbling it with his left hand. Yep, there it is. So there's my first duplicate Johnson card. So pretty cool. Ellis Duckett. Sidney Wagner. Oh, if that were only a baseball card and his name was Onus, right? Lorenzo White and Clinton Jones. Clinton Jones. Gregory Kelser. Another Johnson. That makes what, our, I don't know, 8th or so Johnson card? I think I've got that variation. He's passing the ball. Yep. Okay, so I've already got that one as well. So there's our second duplicate. Well, I wish I had this many Garveys instead of Johnsons. Pete Gint. Robert Chapman. Kirk Gibson. That's not a bad one. It's his football one, but that is a duplicate of our first Gibson hit. Tom Ukic. Williams and Doherty, that's a duplicate. And another Jerry West. That's the same Jerry West that we had earlier. So, yeah, 2 Jerry West cards there. Well, he was a big boy. And he's affiliated with the Lakers, you guys said? Is he the owner or the coach, I think? I remember. My age is starting to show. Oh, okay, and then Troy's got the wiki stats for Anderson. Okay, 2 Golden Toe. Golden Toe? I've never even heard of that. The Golden Toe Award? I guess that makes sense. 7-time Pro Bowl. In the 80s and 90s. Okay. Cool. Morton also holds the game for the record for the most games. Really? 3. To hold a record like that, that's kind of like the Cal Ripken of football, the most games played. And I've never heard of him. That's interesting. Johnny Green, Jim Watt, Mike Davidson, Craig Simpson, Norman Masters, Percy Snow, Charles Bubba Smith. Why do I know that name, Bubba Smith? And I pulled this card earlier too. Bubba Smith. Help me out, guys, with that one. That name rings a bell. Bubba Smith. Actor? Really? Oh, Police Academy. Okay, that's where because he did look familiar. Okay, you're right. I have seen him in that movie. Yeah, NFL too. I think he was, well, he looks like an NFL player. He's a big boy. My age is starting to show, and then Jose says, I think I was wrong about that. Okay, Ron Scott, Jay Vincent, Mike Berkovich, Marcus Sanders. We're starting to see a lot of duplicates now. Mike Burrows, or James Burrows, Dan Curry, Clarence Biggie Munn, and Robert W. Bob Carey. So we've only got 5 packs to go here, and we're starting to get a lot of duplicates. So I don't know. I'm holding out. I still want to see a Garvey football card. And I wouldn't mind seeing another baseball card as well, if I could. Bill Rapchek, Kevin Willis, Lindsey Hairston, Bob Boyd, Dick Itzkowski, Percy Snow, Doug Roberts, and Edward Erickson. Boy, I bet when you guys woke up this morning, the last thing you'd ever think you'd be doing today is reading and learning about Michigan State University players. Robert Clancy, Doug Volmar, Ron Peronoski, Stan Washington. There we go, another Kirk Gibson baseball card. Jerry West played for the Lakers, was the head coach for the Lakers, and then GM for the... Really? I didn't know he played. In fact, just looking at him, I don't know. He doesn't look like a basketball player. Maybe it's the shoulder pads make him look too stocky. But what are his stats? He's only 5'11". 5'11", that doesn't seem tall enough to be a player. I can see him being a coach and a GM, but not a player. Yeah, duplicate Gibson there. Yeah, let me make sure. Let me find my first Gibson. Yep, there it is. So you're right. Duplicate Gibson card. What I'd really like to see is more Garvey cards, but it is what it is. Don Zippy Thompson, Frank E. Pellerine, and Cordell Ross. So we got 3 packs to go. Getting down to the wire. Gregory Kelser, Lee Lafayette, Lance Olson, Albert R. Ferrari, John Chandick, George Smith, Eric Allen, and there we go, another Gibson and Garvey card. This might actually be my favorite card because it's 2 players that would be individual hits paired up on one card. So I do really like that card, so I'm glad I got duplicates of that one. That is a cool card. All right, 2 to go. Maybe you can TTM the Gibby. Does he do TTM? I've never done TTM, and I keep teasing myself with the chance of doing it. I've just never taken the plunge. I need to learn how to find addresses and what they charge and how to go about doing it. But if Gibson is one of the ones that would do it, that'd be an awesome opportunity to send him one of these cards. You know, what's the worst they can do? Say no or just not return it? That's not the end of the world. Vernon Carr. There we go. Well, it's a duplicate, but it's another baseball Garvey. Finally. Finally. I still would like that football one. If there may not even be a football one. I don't know. I may be searching for something that doesn't even exist. But of course, I would prefer the baseball. Anyhow. So, I'm pleased to get that one. Whoa, almost knocked over Jose's. I did knock it over. Hold on, guys. I'm making a mess of things here. There we go. Cool card. It looks like they're wearing their football jersey and baseball hats. You know what? You're right. It does actually. In fact, let me see his football uniform. Okay, so here's Kirk Gibson's football uniform. He's number 23. And he is, in fact, wearing 23. So that is his football uniform. Good call. Good call, Ken. Thank you. That's why I love having you guys in the background. I keep saying that, but it's so true. You guys catch things and see things that I miss. John Herman Cobbs. We got it, guys. Second to last pack. We finally got it. Look at that expression, man. He is... That is too cool. I didn't even know before today he played football till you guys even mentioned it. And then that became my most sought-after card. Because we hit the baseball early on. So I was hoping to get a football one. That is too cool. And sure enough, yeah, he's wearing 24. And in this picture, 24. Oh, Troy says it'd be sweet to get Garvey and Gibby on the same card. I wonder about that, Troy. I wonder if they would do that. Wouldn't that be something, though, if you TTM one to one guy, he sends it back with his auto, and then you send it to the other guy and you don't get it sent back? That'd be, like, horrible. It's like you just gave up a good auto in hopes for a double. But that would be really cool, Troy. Steve Preston, Tom Ross, Joseph de la Milliere. I'm not very good at French. And then Amo Bassoni again. And finally, our final pack. But I can sleep well tonight now knowing I got, as far as I know, all the hits I was hoping to get. Okay, we've got a Richard Rick Miller, Robert Anderegg, Jack Quiggle, Michael Robinson, Al Doro, Don McAuliffe, Hugh Duffy Doherty, and finally a Dean Look. Dean Look wraps it up for us. So that was really something. I had no idea what I'd pull out of this. And lo and behold, I got a ton of hits. And thanks to you guys, I got even more hits because I didn't know about Morton Anderson. I'd never heard of Andre Rison. Got 3 of his cards. The Kirk Gibson football I knew nothing about. Actually, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kirk Gibson cards, 2 duplicate baseball, 2 duplicate football, and a couple standalone pictures. I did not know about the Jerry West card. Got 2 of him. Got Magic Johnson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Magic Johnson cards. That was insane. But by far, my favorite cards are the Steve Garvey cards. And I've got 4 variations of them. I got 2 different baseball cards there. 1 and 2. And then I got 1 in football. And then this double card with him and Kirk. That is just too cool. Here, I'll show you the back in case you want to go back and pause and read this, but there's what it says. So, that was too cool. Got to run, Kevin. See you soon. This was fun. Yeah, in fact, I'm right behind you, Jose. I got to get wrapped up here. So, I'm going to do a quick sign-off, say my goodbyes. I want to thank everybody for joining me. We've still got 9 in the chat, and I hate to leave when we've got this many people still participating, but priority call, I do need to run to church, and that is priority. So, but I want to thank you guys, and for those of you who participated in the game earlier today, thanks for playing. Jose won the Home Run Derby, so he will be getting these 2 packs of 88 cards, and I hope that he lets us know next week what he gets out of it. Hopefully he'll get some good hits out of it. And then kind of an oddball thing, this box of Michigan State cards. Again, probably the last thing you'd think you'd be doing today would be watching Michigan State cards. But hey, you never know what's going to happen. And had a lot of fun. And I want to thank you guys for being in the background and pointing things out to me that I knew nothing about. So I really thank you for that. It's awesome. So let me see anything quickly. Oh, yes, Troy. Thank you. Troy, I almost hung up. Good call, Troy. So, Troy, let me turn around here. Let me see it. I gotta unplug my cord. 1 second. You saw a glimpse of it. Okay. Oh, the glare is kind of rough, but you get a glimpse there. So for those of you who don't know what you're looking at, that's a Nick Ahmed autographed baseball for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And more recently, I just acquired this Kurt Schilling signed baseball from Troy. So shout out to Troy. You guys need to hit him up. He's a wonderful person. Subscribe to his channel. Follow him. He's got some really good stuff on there. So, yeah, Troy, thank you so much. It is a beautiful combination. It is just a sweet, sweet collection there. Let me zoom in a little bit more on the ball. Oh, and Troy, one other thing real quick. Let me put the camera back down here. Well, Troy, while I got you here, it did come with that little note paper that talked about the authenticity of the autograph. And it was fun because I was able to go to the website and... 1 second, I got the wrong book. I was able to validate it and print out a little certificate. And I want to show off the certificate to you. You may have already done this sort of thing. But yeah, Troy, I was able to print this out from the website, authenticating the autograph on the ball from TriStar. So that was pretty cool. Get back in my chair here. So let me see. Love that Ahmed bat. Yep, I had an awesome suite. Oh, you hadn't seen it? Yeah, okay. Yep. Thank you, Chattown. And Chattown, I will not forget about your MRI on Tuesday. So I will be praying for that. In fact, with your permission, I will bring that up tonight at church for the church to pray for you. MRI on Tuesday. So you've got our congregation supporting you. Yeah, Troy, thanks again for reminding me. I almost forgot about that because my mind is already transitioning to what I got to do tonight. So thanks for reminding me. So with that, guys, I'm going to do a sign off here. I'm not going to turn the camera around. I'm just going to do a sign off like this. That was fun. It was different, something a little unusual, looking at collegiate cards. I may do something again like this again in the future. I do have some University of Arizona cards I may play with at some point in the near future, so we might do this again. So with that, guys, thank you again so much for joining me. We did a little over an hour and a half, and it was wonderful. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. I love every one of you. I appreciate you supporting my channel and helping me grow and helping each other grow as well. So with that, you all have a wonderful evening. God bless every one of you. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next live stream. Good night.